Okay, let's go.
You ever notice how some people just have it? They walk into a room and boom, everyone's attention is on them. People just seem to flock to them, wanting to talk, wanting to listen. And then you have other folks who, could be shouting from the rooftops and still go completely unnoticed. So, what's the deal? Are these people just born lucky? Do they have some kind of magnetic personality that the rest of us missed out on? Well, you might think it's all about being loud or super confident, but the real answer? It's actually all about psychology. And trust me, it is definitely not a game of chance. The truth is, it's a skill, a total skill. It's like an art form that anyone can learn. Seriously, it's just a set of techniques that can make you more likable, way more influential, and just more powerful in social situations. And in this explainer, we're going to break down exactly how you can master it. Okay, let's dive in. Now, before we get into any secret formulas or Jedi mind tricks, we got to start with the foundation. We have to talk about the psychology of human connection. Because if you want to influence people, you first have to understand what makes them tick. Okay, this side right here, this reveals one of the biggest secrets to influence. And honestly, we all do this. We are hardwired to think and talk about ourselves. It's just how we're built. In fact, some wild research from Harvard found that a whopping 60% of our conversations are all about us. Why? Because talking about ourselves literally triggers the same pleasure centers in the brain as good food or even money. We can't help it. So, what does this mean for us? Well, the key takeaway is huge. To really connect with people, you just need to tap into their absolute favorite subject, themselves. This one simple insight gives us 3 rock-solid rules. 1. Listen way more than you talk. 2. Never underestimate the power of a real, genuine smile. And 3. Use the one sound that is absolute music to anyone's ears, their own name. You've got 7 seconds. That's it. Science says that's how long it takes to form a first impression. And this slide just perfectly shows the power of a smile. I mean, look at these 2 photos of Virat Kohli. On the left, he looks intense, almost angry, right? You'd probably hesitate to go say hi. But on the right, with that simple, genuine smile, he looks approachable, trustworthy, likable. That smile creates what's called a hello effect. It's a silent signal that says, I'm friendly, I'm confident, I'm safe. All right, you've got the foundation down. Now let's build on it with a super powerful, super practical formula that'll help you attract people like instantly. We're going to call it the ICE formula. So the ICE formula, it's a really simple 3-part method to break the ice and make an immediate connection. Super easy to remember. I is for interest, C is for charisma, and E is for ego. Let's break down each one. First up, I for interest. Now, this one might surprise you because most of us think that to be influential, we have to be the most interesting person in the room. We got to talk about our wins, tell our cool stories. But in reality, it's the complete opposite. The less you talk about yourself and the more you genuinely listen to other people, the more they're going to like you. Ask them about their day, their job, their passions, but you have to mean it. Be genuinely curious. Next up, C for charisma. You know that feeling when you meet someone and you just click? It feels like you've known them forever. Well, a lot of the time, that's something called the mirroring effect in action. When you subtly match someone's body language or their tone of voice or their energy level, you're sending this powerful message to their subconscious brain that says, hey, I'm like you, I get you. So if they lean in, maybe you lean in a little. If they're talking softly, you match that volume. It's not about being a copycat, it's about getting in sync. And it builds trust like crazy. And finally, we have E for ego. And listen up, because this one might just be the most important rule of them all. Never, and I mean never, criticize someone directly. The second you point out someone's mistake, what happens? They get defensive. Their ego puts up a wall, and they completely stop listening. It doesn't matter how right you are. If you attack their ego, you've already lost the battle. So your mission is to protect their ego at all costs. Okay, you have officially leveled up. You've got the basics of being liked down pat. Now let's move from just connection to actual persuasion. These are the pro-level techniques for not just winning hearts, but for actually changing minds. Okay, this next one is straight out of the FBI playbook. No joke. It's a technique hostage negotiators use called yes momentum. The psychology is simple. If you can get someone to say yes to a few small things, they're much more likely to say yes to your big request later. Each yes just kind of lowers their resistance. You can use this all the time. Ask a coworker, Hey, is it important we finish this project on time? They'll say yes. And we want it to be our best work, right? Yes. Now they're primed to say yes when you ask for their help on it. Remember our big rule, protect the ego? Well, here's how you put that into practice when you actually have to give some criticism. It's called the praise sandwich. You start with a slice of real, genuine praise. Then you gently slide in your suggestion for improvement. And then you top it off with another positive statement. This way, the feedback lands like helpful advice, not a personal attack. And they'll be way more likely to actually act on it. And this right here, this is the master level. The real secret sauce of persuasion isn't about forcing your ideas down someone's throat. It's about guiding them. It's about asking the right questions that lead them to the conclusion you want them to reach. When they feel like they came up with the idea themselves, their ego isn't just protected, it's boosted. They won't just agree with you, they'll become the biggest champion of that idea. Whew, okay, we have covered a ton of ground. But look, theory is one thing. Action is everything. So to help you turn all these ideas into actual habits, I've put together a simple 7-day challenge. Think of it as your personal training plan. So here's the plan, day by day. Each day builds on the last. Day 1, super simple, just smile at 5 strangers. By day 3, you're going to practice listening to a friend for 2 whole minutes without saying a word. And by the end of the week, you'll be trying out the advanced stuff. I seriously want you to take a screenshot of this. If you really commit to this for just 1 week, I absolutely guarantee you'll start to see a huge change in how people react to you. So there you have it, the psychology, the formula, and the action plan. What we've just gone over, it isn't magic. It's the exact same fundamental toolkit used by some of the world's top leaders and communicators. And now you have access to all those same tools. You literally have the blueprint. The only question left is, when are you going to start using your new superpower?